I don't know. Kind of got away from the Twitter craze. Not really my thing. But yeah. Um, uh, watching this kid Matan Evan, bro. This kid is the funniest motherfucker on the internet, bro. I swear. It's like he's a troll. He's just a troll. He's definitely smart though. He's not dumb. He knows exactly what he's talking about half the damn time. I think he knows how to play off that he knows a lot more than he does know. He does know a lot, for sure. He's definitely an intelligent kid. For 15 years old, he's definitely intelligent. It's just funny seeing him get adults, grown ass adults worked up. It's kind of funny. I ain't gonna lie. Because I couldn't be in the room with him. If he was talking to me in the way that he talks to people, I would actually laugh because, like, not because I think he's trolling or anything like that. It's just I don't have the energy to sit down and go back and forth with. Not to say that he's 15, that I shouldn't go back and forth with a 15-year-old, because he's definitely intelligent for his age. But you can clearly tell that because of his age, people are, you know, people are definitely, it's kind of like it's kind of like the whole deal about like, how you talk to your parents and respect for your elders type shit. And he does not give a fuck about none of that shit. He's gonna talk to you however the fuck he wants, and that shit is just hilarious as fuck to me. Like I find that shit hysterical. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna edit this stream. I guess we'll just find out what the deal is on here. I will say, I will say that if I were to interview him, I'd actually try to find out just like just how intelligent he really is. And I wouldn't try to come at him. Um, like I wouldn't try his intelligence. I would just try to find out how intelligent he really is. Like what has he learned? Books he's read. Any like notable teachers and notable professors that's ever spoken to him. Um, what research he did on his own. What he discovered on his own. You know, if he can back a lot of things that he said, which he seems like he does, honestly. He does. Again, he seems like he knows his shit, which makes it more funny to me. Is the fact that you can argue with him and he actually knows what the fuck he's talking about, and you're getting worked up because he's 15. You're like, oh, what does a 15-year-old kid know? It's like, well, I don't see motherfuckers graduate high school at like 12. You know what I mean? Like, that's not out of the possibility. He can be very intelligent. He just easily can, and extremely intelligent at that. Intelligence doesn't have to do with your age at all. You can be 30 and stupid as fuck. You graduate high school, you probably have a whole college diploma, college degree. You probably still dumb as hell. Your age doesn't mean anything. It actually means absolutely nothing at all. If you sit down and try to convince me that your age is tied to your intelligence, you're fucking stupid. I will call you out on that every single time. That's idiotic. It's extremely idiotic. So I picked the wrong class. Yeah, I'm like definitely not all the way here. So if I have a bad first couple games, just bear with me. But yeah, no, that's like something I would like to talk about too. I would like to talk about that shit. Like people really attribute like, you know, age and I guess like life experience with, and it's tied to like intelligence, and it's not. It's definitely not. It's not. It's not. There's not a correlation with that. Like, I think I know a lot more than people who are 10, 15, 20 years older than me. It doesn't have nothing to do with, you know, it's what I decide to indulge my mind in and what I want to learn and what I choose to learn. How far I want to take my education, how much I care about my education. And education doesn't have to be something that you learn from like, say, college or high school or, you know, something like that. It can be the means to do it on your own, the means to apply yourself, apply your own knowledge. That's really what education is. Because, honest to God, I know people who are smart as shit and never went to school, never went, you know, to college or probably were homeschooled, you know, shit like that. It's not, like I said, it's not a direct correlation with, you know, because you are older or you went to a higher, I guess, college or something of the sort. Doesn't mean that you're inherently more intelligent than somebody else. It doesn't mean that at all. If you want to argue that, sure, but I don't think so. I get why people would think that. I mean, professors are not 12. Professors are not 15. Obviously, the older you are, the more you, not to say the more you know, but you've had more life on this planet to know more. That's why you're put in a position to be a professor or whatever the case may be. And your brain is more developed, so, you know, that's another big reason why, you know, people will like directly attribute your intelligence with your age, you know. It makes sense. I get it. I mean, I wouldn't want to, actually, you know what? I was going to say I wouldn't want a 15-year-old be my professor, but if a 15-year-old is my professor, well, I mean, I have to find out. Like, you know what I mean? I think that would pique my curiosity as to how the fuck my professor is 15 years old. I think I would want to, like, there must be something that he knows or she knows that, like, you know what I mean? I think I'd have to indulge. I think I'd have to, like, really, like, say, you know what? Hey, I gotta find out, like, I'd have to, like, really, you know, I think I would indulge in wanting to know what the fuck this person knows and what, you know, whatnot. I think I would. I can see why they probably wouldn't be the most highly credible person because of their age, but I mean, I think like I said, the curiosity of the fact that you are that young and you know what you know, or you're in the position to do what you do, I think is what made me would want to, you know, find out. You know what I mean? So, I guess to each their own in that aspect. To each their own.
Our UAV is orbiting the area. Friendly UAV on station.
I think people like to attribute, I guess, adolescence stuff with a lack of intelligence. It's not the case. It's definitely not the case. Just because you're younger doesn't mean you don't know anything. People can be young and know a lot. I've seen little kids know more shit than, like I said, grown-ass fucking adults. I've seen it. I've seen little kids fucking destroy adults in knowledge and things that adults should know. I've seen it. It's kind of funny, I'm not going to lie. It's very entertaining to see someone lose a debate or argument to somebody who's significantly younger than them. It's hilarious.
No effect on target.
Shit.
Hostile UAV in the area. EKIA confirmed.
Not bad for the first game, huh? Like I said, I am kind of half asleep.
UAV active.
I wouldn't say kind of, I'm pretty half asleep.
Kill confirmed. Strike ready.
Oh shit.
Mission complete. Solid work.
Oh shit. God damn. I'm about to bust my ass. Mm-mm. Yeah, I guess I'm just really trying to say it's just, I mean, if you're gonna argue with somebody, bro, just come with your facts. I've had so many arguments with people about simple things, serious things, things that just, pique out interest and curiosity and stuff. I think not everybody likes to lose an argument, which is, I think that's human. Like, you don't like to take, no one likes to lose, like, at anything. As human beings, especially men, we are just naturally competitive. So, we don't like taking L's. We just don't. It's not in our, character as beings on this, with the level of conscience that we have to lose and to continuously lose. And that's why people take losing an argument very seriously. I mean, I know I have. I hate losing arguments. It takes a level of intelligence to I won't say a level of intelligence, but it definitely does take maturity to not, to take an L in an argument or to admit defeat. I think admitting defeat, period, is a mature adult trait. But naturally, as human beings, we don't like losing. So that's why people take, arguments very seriously, and arguments get taken to the point of where, it can lead to people hating each other and beef and animosity. Especially, like I said, intelligence is a weapon. Intelligence is a weapon. Education is a weapon. They say knowledge is power, and I think when you have more knowledge, more education over someone, and they can see it, they can kind of debunk, they can see that about you, they can kind of put two and two together and be like, oh, he's very fucking smart, or she's very fucking smart, and they lose an argument, or they're losing a debate or whatever. You're in a sense, and how they take it is like you're in a sense calling them stupid, indirectly calling them dumb as hell. And that's why it's so hard to admit defeat when it comes down to an argument, because it's like, well, if I admit defeat in an argument, it's more or less me saying I'm an idiot. Which is not the case, though, because Again, you can be well versed and well knowledgeable in a subject that another person can't, and that's okay. You know, no one's knocking you for not knowing something that like if you know something that the average person doesn't know, I mean, like, that's good. Like you're well versed, you're well knowledgeable on the subject, and I mean, be proud of it. But the person that I guess lost the argument or lost the debate or whatever the case may be shouldn't take an offense to that. Like, you know, shouldn't be like, oh, you're calling me dumb or you're indirectly calling me stupid or whatever. I mean, even if they are, I mean, don't take it to heart. Bro. It's not even really worth it. It's not worth it at all. You know, put your mind at ease knowing that you probably learned something from that. Like, I know when I lose an argument, and I've lost plenty of arguments in my life, that I learned from that argument. You know, I took from it. I'm not mad at the fact that I lost it. I mean, I probably am mad about I lost the argument, but I came at the argument now knowing something that I didn't know before. It's like a L. It's like a L and a W at the same time. Like, you lost the argument, yes, you lost the debate, you lost the whatever the case may be, but now I know a little bit more now. I know a little bit more. I know a little bit more than I know yesterday. Yesterday I didn't know this shit. Now today I do. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it, at least. Well, at least I try to. I am not gonna act like I'm the fucking perfect person and I fucking I take my L's gracefully, because I definitely don't. I definitely don't take my L's gracefully. I take them to heart, but I'm learning as I get older. Like, again, intelligence and education. You know, some people are just way. A lot of people are way smarter than you, bro. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Some people are way smarter than you. Way smarter than you. You're not the fucking. You're not Albert Einstein. You know, we all want to be, I guess. Oh, maybe not. I don't think everybody wants to be Albert Einstein, because that means you just, you know, you're a fucking brainiac savant. But just keep educating yourself. It doesn't hurt to keep educating yourself. It doesn't hurt to read, you know, doing extensive research. Don't listen. All I'm gonna say is just don't come into an argument without facts. If a person has the facts to back up their argument, you're going to lose, and you're not going to like that L. You're not. That L is going to hurt more, because at least if you're debating about opinions about something, that's a little different. But if you're going to come to an argument with something that you claim to have a lot of knowledge in, and you don't come with facts, that L is gonna hurt. That L is gonna fucking sting. That's a fact. It's gonna sting. You're not gonna like that L. You're not. And then when it comes like arguing, like sense of, I guess in a sense of opinions, or you know, feeling strongly about something or whatever. I don't really like to argue opinions in a sense, because like there is no win or loss. So in my eyes, I feel like arguing about opinions, not to say it's pointless, but unless you're gonna agree to disagree on something or find a common ground on what you're debating or arguing about, there's absolutely no sense in the argument that's being made. Like, zero sense. It's actually pointless. You're actually both wasting each other's time. Which I don't know about y'all, but time is the most valuable currency in the world, and I'm not sitting here wasting time. If you feel like the sun is fucking, I don't know, cold, and I say the sun is fucking hot, and you want to sit down and have a whole argument about me about that shit, I'm not going to sit down and entertain that. I am going to remove myself respectfully from that fucking debate or argument or whatever the case may be, because that's fucking stupid. I'm not arguing that. Just not. Call me an asshole if you want, but I mean, I'm kind of known for like attacking stupidity. It's actually something I like to do. Like I said, I think knowledge is power. So, I mean, I don't want to think that knowledge is power. So if I can expose someone's stupidity or lack or ignorance, I'm going to do so. And trust me, when I do, they're gonna fucking feel it.
Stand by.
They're gonna fucking feel it. I love that shit. It's nothing. It's fucking entertaining to me when I can expose someone for not
Hostile cluster
knowing
deployed.
something, or when they think they know something, and I love to fucking make them look dumb as hell. I think that shit is a flex. But that's only if you try to make me seem stupid. I like to educate people on the things that I know, as I would like to learn things that I don't know about. You know what I mean? But if you're now attacking my intelligence or calling me dumb or trying to make it seem like I'm dumb, well, now I gotta now you know what I mean? Now I gotta do some damage now. You know what I mean? Now I gotta hit where it hurts. So just a fact. Just an actual fact, you know. But like I said, man, that was a little tangent. I just found what that Matan kid was doing to those grown ass adults was fucking hilarious. Again, like
Stand by.
him being 15, I think is what made them so mad. Is what made them so angry because
Failed. Return to base.
he's 15. He's 15 years old. He's arguing with grown ass adults, and he's making valid points. He's bringing up facts, extensive research. I think that shit is comedy to me because they're still looking at him like, yo, you're still 15. How you know this shit? I'm like, again, your intelligence is not tied to your fucking age. Like I said before, would I want my professor to be 15 years old? In a real, in if you ask about 1,000 people that same question, they probably say hell no. But I know some people will be like, well, you know, 15 years old, a professor, he must know some shit. He must be very intelligent. You know what I mean? With age comes obviously more time to get in touch with your knowledge and what you know. So that's why I think that older people, obviously, are in that position to do so. Yo, hold on. Yeah, that's why I think more people are in position to more people in a position to actually to be professors, to be teachers, to be fucking you know, like again, you don't see kids in a position of power. It's not really something that's known. You don't see kids in a position of authority. That's reserved for the adults. I get that. But just because a person is young doesn't mean it doesn't know anything. As a matter of fact, back in I won't say old days because it still happens to this day, especially in in monarchies, that the prince has the say so of grown ass men. I could tell this nigga to get on his knees and he gonna get on his fucking knees, nigga. Like bow down to me, nigga. He's probably 12 years old. So again, tying age to intelligence or tying age to this, nah. Because if that 15-year-old kid is exposing grown ass adults who went to more school. I hope went to more. He's 15, so he's not done with high school. Went to more school than him. Probably got more education. They have more life. They live a longer life, so they have more. You would think they have more crammed up in their brain. They know more stuff, but he's literally exposing that. What does that say, bro? What does that say? That shit is sad, bro. That shit is sad as hell. I don't know. I don't know, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes you just got, like I said, take your L, take your L, take your L. That's life. Life is you lose some, you win some. You probably lose more than you win. So take your L, take it gracefully, even if it hurts. I mean, like I said, I hate fucking losing anything. But I have to consider myself, you know, pretty pretty intelligent. So when I lose an argument, oh yeah, I hate it. But now when that same argument gets brought up a second time, the argument that I lost, the information I took from there that was factual, that was used against me, that made my argument, to debunk my argument, or make me look stupid. Now I can use that same information to make the next person look stupid. And they can be like, oh, where'd you learn that from? Well, I can admit it. I could be like, I learned from the last person that made me look like a dumbass. I could cap, say I read it in a book or I looked at my research. Probably could be both. Probably lost the argument. They hit me with facts. Then I went home and did my own research on it just to, further my education on, where I lost in the argument or debate or whatever. And yeah, education is extremely important, bro. Your brain is like the ultimate computer. People literally have brains and don't even use them. It's kind of crazy. Like your brain, it's like your brain works for itself, and people choose to ignore. Like they put their shit on standby or something. Like I don't get that shit like at all. You have a fucking brain, use it. You know what I mean? Fucking ram shit into it. When you have a computer or a console or a phone, you ram pictures and video games and files and documents into that, and to the point where it's full, and then you can't put anything else in there. You got to go buy memory cards and stuff like that just to get more storage. But your brain is like unlimited. Like people fail to realize that your brain is unlimited. There's unlimited space in there. Literally, unlimited space in there. You don't run out of fucking memory in there. You don't run out of storage in your brain. You know what I mean? Fucking put that shit to use, dog. Put that shit to use, man. A lot of the most successful people in this world used some part of their brain. They didn't just get lucky, bro. They used some part of their brain. Put their brain to use for once, and it could be a small percentage, 5%, which is a lot when it comes down to your brain. And now they're fucking rich, successful, wealthy, all this stuff. So, like I said, I seen people go to college. 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds go to college, get degrees, all this stuff. Dumb as hell. Dumb as hell. Being book smart doesn't actually make you smart. You could be a really good studier. A study was actually done on that. That people are just really good test takers. Some people are just really good test takers. They just know how to pass a test. Like if you give them a course and there's a test at the end of it, they can pass that. Doesn't mean they actually learn from it or that they will apply it in their actual life. They're just really good test takers and really good studiers. Look it up. It's actually a study done on that shit. It's actually a fact. You have some people who, when they go to school or college, whatever, or pick up a new skill or new whatever, they actually want to learn what they're learning. They want to actually be good at what they do, or be well knowledgeable in what they're learning. So they actually take their tests and their studying way more seriously. And what ends up happening in a lot of cases is that, like, for instance, say studying for a math test, and you're studying about the Pythagorean theorem, right? And you wanna apply this to real life. You wanna use this theorem in your everyday life, for whatever field you're going into, whatever career field you're going to. They take it so seriously, so they overcram, they overstudy, or they might be really good at what they know. They might really know the Pythagorean theorem really well, so they understudy and they don't go as hard. So when it comes to tests, they either think they know the test so well that they end up failing because they missed key information to pass the test, or they think they're so good at the fucking topic that they don't study at all, and then when they actually get the questions placed in front of them, they can't answer them. I obviously go with the person that's studying and wants to apply this to his life. That person is more likely not to pass the test. But the point I'm trying to make is that, like, there's people also out there that, I'm no cap, that don't give a fuck about the Pythagorean theorem at all. Don't give a fuck about it. Would never use it in their life, nothing like that. But will fucking fly to that test and ace it. Actual fact. How many times have y'all took a test in school or learn a topic in school and literally don't know or don't care about what the fuck you're learning? You don't care. You do not give a fuck about it at all. But then you fucking ace a test. I took chemistry twice in high school. First year in chemistry, I had a horrible teacher. Not gonna lie, I did not give a fuck about that class. I did not want to do anything for that teacher at all. She was lazy as hell. She didn't like get up and actually like educate us on nothing. Like it was just a horrible class. But the students ran all over her, so I just ignored her altogether. I failed that class miserably, but on my own um, account. Next year, I repeat the class, aced it with like 110. I don't ever care to use chemistry a day in my fucking life. I never cared. When I aced chemistry, I never said like, oh my, I'm so good at this shit. I'm gonna actually apply this to my everyday life. I'm gonna actually go into a field where I can use chemistry every day. No, no, not at all. I was actually just more upset that I failed the class, but I know I could have passed it. So when I got it the second time, I fucking flew through it. I studied. I made sure I studied for my test, did my homework, aced my quizzes, and powerful, right? And if you ask me a question about chemistry right now, I'm going to tell you I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm not answering that question. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe like little bits and pieces. You have to ask me a question though, 'cause I can't pull it out of my brain right now. But there's a reason why, like, like people when they go back to college, they have to like reintroduce gen eds, like basic algebra, basic reading 101, basic language, basic not even basic science, because science is more like specific, basic history, stuff like that, literature, because it's not that you forgot it in a sense. It's just that it's there. It's there. It's just that you have to like kind of bring it back. Like, it's like in the back of your brain, you gotta bring it to the front. So gotta remind you, type shit. Cause you don't really ever forget it. If you went back and actually applied yourself, you would probably just be really good at it again. If I went back and actually took chemistry again, I did it once, I could do it again. I can pass that class. You know what I mean? So, I mean, knowledge is fucking power. Knowledge is power. People don't even realize that. Knowledge can make you extremely successful. Extremely fucking successful. People don't even fucking realize that. And that's actually kind of sad to me. Like, people don't realize how fucking powerful that knowledge can be, bro. I like arguing with people like a lot older than me. Not gonna lie, I do. Cause like in a lot of cases, they can teach me some shit that I don't know, or pique my interest in something that I didn't know about, and then I look it up and I'm like, oh wow. But I ain't gonna lie, it's mad fun when you argue with somebody who's older than you and you're right, and they're that's just yeah, that's just tough, yeah. It's just tough, and you gain their respect too. I think that's why I get along with an older crowd. I'm 25, about to 26 next week. I get along with an older crowd of people. I always have. Since I was young, I've always been like uh older people always gravitate towards me. I've been told many times that you're a very well spoken, well and very intelligent young man. Even at 18, 19, 20, I was getting told that. Um, not to toot my own horn or big up my brain or anything like that, but I think it's partly why um, it's hard for me to find a girlfriend. No cap, I think that's partly why I can't find a girlfriend. Because what people say, women are very, their mental capacity is way bigger than a man's mental capacity. They can handle way more mental stress than a man, and with that, they can actually be more intelligent than most men. It's actually a fact, especially today. Um, so women could get one over on a man I'll say about 60-40% of the time they can do that. You know, they can make a man look really stupid, and they can play that motherfucker like a violin. And I think women that have a lot of relationships, like go through a lot of relationships, and they keep like dealing with multiple or a variety of men. In a lot of cases, they were in control. A woman doesn't really want to lose a man that she has no control over, because he has some form of power. He has some kind of form of power, control, and dictation, convincing power, negotiating power. And a woman, yes, as much as they probably would never want to admit that they don't want to debate and argue and go back and forth with somebody who's probably more intelligent or whatever the case than them, subconsciously they do, because women do desire there's like a superior to them. I'm not saying that men date dumb women, but if she's really smart, she wants a smarter man in her. You know what I mean? She does, subconsciously, because she doesn't want to be teaching her man. She wants her man to be teaching her. It's just a fact, and I think that's partly, like I said, why I'm single, because you can't get one over on me. I use a good amount of my brain, pretty good amount of my brain. I overanalyze, which is probably a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how you look at it. And if I'm able to determine or get enough information out of something or someone, I'm able to literally defeat any type of control that they think they might have against me. And that goes with education and knowledge. If you think you know more than me, I'm going to make you. I'll remind you that you don't. I will. And that's why a lot of women end up probably growing a little bit too frustrated with me, because it's hard to argue with me. One, I'm not really argumentative, but if you want to shoot an argument at me, I'm going to find a hole in every part of your argument. I'm going to literally poke holes in your argument every single fucking time. I am. If you try to sneak one past me, try to get like someone do some sneaky shit, I'm already over analytical of everything that you do. So off the jump, I'm going to already know that something ain't right. You know, you're moving too funny for me. It's crazy, right? Like, again, the power of our brain. It's crazy. I see fucking people. I see people all the time, bro. I see people all the time. They get with someone. And
Enemy UAV active.
like the person's telling me, about what the person is doing or whatever. This nigga ran fast as shit. And the person's getting one over on them all the time. You can clearly tell they're getting played, or the person is using them or taking advantage of them, whatever the case may be. And then they're growing frustrated and upset about, what the person's putting them through or whatever. And I'm like, the person's just purely just 100% just outsmarting you in every capability. He's just he or she's outsmarting you. The people who can just keep outsmarting someone is going to be more successful in finding relationships, because they're able to literally. Come on, people who are extremely successful in this world have the ability to take control. So if you can take control of somebody's mind, you're going to. I sure as hell would. You know. That's seizing the mind is type crazy. Seizing the mind is type crazy, bro. I mean, how many people do you know can actually just seize the mind, take control of it? you just it's not something that everybody can just do.
UAV is active.
It's funny when women say that men are sneaky and men are like liars and all this other stuff, and that when men play win more. I'm like, nah, I beg to differ with that one, bro. Men drop out of school the most. Men have the lowest amount of education than women compared to women. Men end up in jail and homeless more than women. Women are in more positions of power than men. You can make the argument that men have more position of power in sense that they have more control over a vast majority of things, but the overwhelming amount of women are in more position of power than men are. Like one man can own a village, right? But a woman, there's a lot more women owning
Enemy UAV active.
small towns, small communities. There's more women in that position, is what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? Whereas, where a man can own a whole goddamn country, a woman can hold. More women have more. There's more women in control of like the small towns within that country. You know what I mean? And then again with the whole education thing, like
The enemy's taken the lead.
women are way more educated than men. So no one's gonna argue with that. If anybody has to argue with that, I'll slap you across the fucking face. By hey Kings, man, we gotta start focusing on our shit, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. We're losing, man. We're losing. And it's funny because women will put out there that they're the ones at a disadvantage, that they're the ones losing. Load of bullshit, man. Load of bullshit, bro. I don't know if you all see that crazy story about this guy. He was applying to be a nurse in a nursing firm, and the nursing firm has like if I'm not mistaken, I think they had like 70% women. It's a big firm, like a lot of nurses, big hospital, and he applied, and he was in a room, getting interviewed, and he was in a room with, well, in the waiting room, he was with 4 or 5 other women, and he was the only guy. So he already kind of felt like he might not even get the job because he was like, well, shit. It seems like only the women are the ones that really got selected for the position because that's the ones that are getting interviewed right now, So, he applied, he got the interview, the girls got the interview, all that stuff, all that good jazz. And he didn't get the position. So he actually did a study on that same hospital. I don't know how he did it, but he found every person that applied, like all the men that applied to the hospital and everything. He found, he hit them up, and he asked them, why do you think you didn't get the job or whatever, And a lot of them was saying like, the people outbeat them in terms of the resume and experience and all that stuff. And he made the argument that that's not the case. He felt like, no way. So, he ended up, I forgot exactly who he spoke to in the higher ups or whatever. But he kind of proved that they were picking more women over men, despite a lot of men applying for the position. And one of the higher ups in the company just came clean and admitted that. He was like, yeah, the HR woman was like, told him. I mean, the HR woman was told by the big dog that she predominantly wants to hire women for the position because women, in a sense, are better caretakers than men and are more affectionate than men. They care a little bit more and shit like that. Is she wrong? Is the person wrong for suggesting that idea and that method of and trying to recruit people for the employment, especially for that job? Probably not. I mean, for the most part, bro, like women are more loving, more affectionate, more better caretakers than men. But that is why, the guys wasn't getting the job. And they were very upset about that. I mean, you should have fucking seen the outcries, and they did come clean. Not like they were like they ain't cap. They told the truth. Like, yeah, that's the fact. We definitely did that. We did that. And I guess the CEO of the firm or whatever, he kind of just was like, all right, well, we can't be doing. It is a form of discrimination. So he actually revised his whole hiring process, and he realized that wasn't fair, to the equal opportunities, right? So men can also be caretakers, can also be very, nurturing. It's not probably completely in their bone, but they can do it. And obviously, if a man went into that field, he can be clearly a caretaker or whatever. He can clearly do that. That's what he wants to do, so he can do it. There's a big outcry about that. There's a big outcry. Women were saying like, that's not fair. Men get more positions than women, and da. And I'm like, huh? No way, no, not at all. Not at all. Not even in the slightest. And it's like, man, y'all had that, bro. Y'all had that dub, man. Y'all had that dub, bro. Y'all had that control, and because you now lack that control, now you're mad. That makes no fucking sense, bro. You had that control, bro. You did. You didn't. You can't say you didn't. You had that control. So how the fuck can you sit down and complain about now you no longer have that control? I just find that kind of dumb to me. This is like fucking regular. Like, no cap. This is regular shit. Everyday shit. Everyday shit. Even the whole thing about the wage gap is fucking tomfoolery. It's fucking bullshit. It's complete bullshit. If anybody believes there's a wage gap, you're fucking dumb as hell. You need to go back to school. You need to go back to kindergarten or something. You're just dumb as shit if you believe there's a wage gap. You're dumb as hell. There is no such thing as a wage gap. No such thing as the wage gap. It does not exist. Maybe back in 1920. In 2023, there's no such thing as a wage gap. Men and women that work the same job make the same pay. They do. Tell me they don't. When have you ever seen a cashier at fucking Walmart, man versus woman, the man makes more than her? Where have you ever seen that? Where you ever see a fucking a doctor, a surgeon, a heart surgeon, man, woman, the man makes more than the woman? Especially considering the fact that education plays a big key in that. So, where do you see that? I'm gonna debunk it right now. People think there's a wage gap because of the fact that men, in a sense, in a quarterly make more money than women do. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you why, bro. Men take harder jobs than women naturally. Physically, they take way more harder jobs than women. The highest paying jobs in this world, in most cases, require some form of education. But some of the highest paying jobs in this world actually require a level of physicality. Did you see a woman going into the fucking field and cutting fucking trees? Do you see most women in oil rigs? Do you see most women fucking going to serve our country? I mean, do you see most women in construction work? No, you do not. Most men are in that positions, and those positions pay bank. Are there women in the positions? Yes, but the overwhelming amount of people in the position are fucking men. Now, if a man and a woman are in that same position, right? Here I can debunk it once again. That man probably puts in more hours. Cause he can. He can physically tolerate more of that work than a woman can. He can. I mean, shit. If I'm lifting up fucking 300 pound cinder blocks for 12 hours a day, me versus a woman, no matter how much bigger she is, if she goes to the gym, if she works out, whatever the fuck you want to say, I can physically demand more of that strain than she can. I can. I know I can. I know I can. That's a fact. So in a sense, put in more effort and hours into my job. That's probably why I make more money than her. No fucking such thing as a fucking wage gap, bruh. No such thing at all. Stop that shit, bruh. Stop that. Women, like I said, women are in more position of power than men. So more women are managers and bosses than men are. CEO of fucking I think Google and YouTube and shit. They're women. Like, come on now, bro. They're women, bro. Stop the shit, man. Stop the shit. Stop the truth, man. Stop that shit, bro. And then when you want to consider education as a part of it, men usually further their education further than women. Not to say that women actually get more education than men, but men further their education more than women. They take it further. That's why I think the majority of PhD owners, people who hold a PhD, are men. What I think is the highest. No, is it PhD higher than doctors or the same thing? I'm not too sure. But men further education further than women. So if a man and a woman are in a position that have the same position, like say, like, again, heart surgeon, what's probably making him make more money than her is that he has way more education than that. I would rather have the highest intelligent person be my heart surgeon than somebody who went to school. I'd rather have a person who went to school for 18 years be my heart surgeon than if I went to school for 8 years be my heart surgeon. Let's be real, you would all want that. You would all fucking want that. And if you tell me otherwise, stop the fucking cap. Stop the fucking cap. You wouldn't want somebody who went to school for 2 years to be a fucking heart surgeon, right? You wouldn't want somebody who went to school for 2 years to, you wouldn't want somebody who has been a mechanic for 1 year to work in your car. You'd rather have the person who been a mechanic for fucking, 15 years work in your car. Argue with me that you wouldn't. Argue that. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's actual bullshit. It's just actual bullshit, bro. And these are things that I do research on, bro. Like, I don't just speak out of my ass, bro. Random times I pull my laptop out, my phone out, and I just educate myself. Sometimes on shit that probably doesn't even fucking matter, but I know it. I know it now, though. You know what I mean? It's crazy when people speak about things that they don't fucking know about. I mean, everybody's entitled to their own fucking opinion. But, opinion can't be a fact. Cannot, will not, never will be. Till the end of time. An opinion will never be a fact. I don't give a fuck how you feel. It doesn't fucking matter to me. It holds no weight how you feel. How you feel does not stop the fight as a fact. That doesn't stop that. Sorry. Your creed doesn't stop the fight as a fact. Fuck your creed. It doesn't matter. If you're knowledgeable in something, then obviously you're going to flex that and you're going to put that out there for people to know what you're very knowledgeable in. You're going to put that out there. But an opinion does not make a fact, and you cannot argue a fact with an opinion. You cannot. How you feel about something? Sure. Again, you are entitled to your own opinion. You're entitled to that. No one's going to tell you you can't have an opinion. No one will ever tell you that. But It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop at all. At all. Zero amount of anything that you can say and use that against money as a fact against you. You can't stop that. You actually cannot. It's not possible. I see a lot of pointless. I see a lot of pointless arguments that go back and forth. Again, if you can argue opinions. That's you're cool to do that. Nothing's wrong with that. But again, if there's not a means to find a common ground in what you're debating, what you're arguing, if there's not a common ground to that, there's actually no point in there's no point in you arguing. Zero. There's no point. There's no point in you arguing. You have to come to some kind of common ground if you're gonna argue something. Unless you're arguing facts, then it's just fact for fact. You're going fact for fact. That's a good debate. But bringing your own personal opinions into your debate and your argument does nothing for you or the other person. You're just arguing for the sake of arguing, which I don't know if I don't have that much time on my hands. I guess some people do, but I sure as hell don't.
Mission failed. Return to base.
So this whole everybody always want to bring up the whole thing about the wage gap. You know, men, the patriarchy, which is a load of bullshit. There's no such thing as a patriarchy, man. Zero. There's no such thing as a patriarchy. No such thing. Men go to jail more. Men go to school more. Men are homeless more. Men commit more crimes. And I'm talking about heinous crimes. Most terrorist attacks are committed by men. Like, how is this a patriarchy? How? They say that men own a lot of wealth in the world. Like the 1%. That's an overwhelming minority of people who own the majority of the wealth in this world. 1%. What of the whole other? What the whole other 99%? What are they doing? You could say you probably give about 45% on middle class, 45 to 50% on middle class people, and then you have the other, you know, I say, but like what? I think it's like 15% on below the poverty line. You know, so you know, it's not a patriarchy, bro. It's not a patriarchy at all. We don't have the strongest form of a hierarchy. Like the United States doesn't have the highest form of hierarchy. There's other countries that have a way better system of hierarchy than us. They probably, you know, don't give a fuck about them. They're probably smaller developing countries. And even the bigger ones, you can kind of see it. But there's also more rules and regulations put into their country and their system that probably doesn't allow them to have the most freedom. Let's be honest. You know, America's land of free. You come here and be whatever the fuck you want. You can. You can educate yourself on anything you want in this country. Learn whatever you want. Do whatever you want. Achieve whatever you want. In this country, you really can't do that in most countries. There's not much restrictions in this country. Really isn't. Not to say that America's the greatest country ever. You know, I'm not saying that, but come on, bro. I'd rather live in the United States than live in China. To be honest with you, bro. They have a whole fucking one-child law. If your first child is your first child is a son, that's your only child. Only you can have more than one if you have a daughter. If you have a daughter first. You know, I'd rather live here than live in North Korea. If anybody were to try to tell me, or give me any reason to tell me that they wanted to live in fucking North Korea, you're batshit crazy. Germany is a pretty successful country. Very successful. First world. Man, their prisoner system, the judicial system is fucked compared to us. I mean, I would never want to go to jail in Germany. The shit they go through over there, bro. You think our prisoners are bad? Alright, go spend a night in prison in Germany and find out how bad it really is. Find out. Them motherfuckers is prisoners, bro. Like, you get treated like a prisoner, bro. You get treated like one. Shit, people treat prison over here like it's fucking free rent. Motherfuckers choose to go back to prison. For being honest, it's fucking free rent, free food. I mean, like, we kind of have, I'm gonna say we have it good, but we have it better than most countries. Shit, we do. We definitely do. And I get it too, like, oh shit, I just fucked up. I get it too, though, because we see all the bad in our country, and we compare it to, like, we compare the bad in our country, we compare it to all the good in the other countries. You can't do that, because you're also not seeing the bad in that country as well. You're not seeing the bad, what they have to go through every day. You know, you don't see that. You're just seeing the best of what they offer, and it looks good to you because we have. It's human to kind of see the bad in anything. Do you notice that you're more likely to remember the bad things in life than you remember the good? It's actually human. We actually can't even help that. You ever dated a girl or guy, right? You know, vice versa. And when you break up and you're telling people about your relationship in the past, you tend to bring up the bad more than you bring up the good. It can be probably like 80% good. But when you're voicing this to your next partner, you're not bringing up the good, bro. You're bringing up the bad because you don't want to project to your new partner that you had something good, because then you're kind of also putting out there that you're ungrateful, right? Aren't you? Don't you think so? If you're being transparent about it, that's different. If you can explain your transparency behind it, or explain why you're being transparent about it, that's different. But if I'm gonna make a pitch to anybody about, especially a significant other or whatever, I'm not gonna put out there that I have something good and I let it go. When you go to a job interview, let's say you was a cashier at fucking Costco, and you stole from the fucking register. Right? You stole from the register. You got caught. You got fired. You stole from the register. You got caught. You got fired. But most of the experience is being a cashier. And then you go to apply for another cashier job at Walmart, and you go to the interviewers and asking you questions, asking you, about, this and that, whatever. And he asked one of the most common interview questions they always ask is, what would your past employer say about you? Are you gonna tell your new potential job that you stole from register? You're not. And if you do, yeah, I will say something and it's gonna get me banned. That's what you are. You don't put your bad foot first in life, even if you do have a bad foot. You don't put it first. You lead with your strong foot. So you're not gonna put out there that you're a menace to fucking society. Even if you are, you're not gonna put it out there. The best criminals, not even say the best criminals, that sounds like I'm giving them a praise, but the most elite criminals, the ones that got away with things or got away with things for a long time, let me say something, right? They don't look like criminals. They do not. Look at Ted Bundy. Look at fucking Jeffrey Dahmer. They look like regular people. They look like regular motherfucking people. Ted Bundy was like what I will say, he was a handsome guy. He was very cool. He was very good with, very witty with his words. Very intelligent, very calculated. Look at Jeffrey Dahmer. He was like very quiet kid, very to himself, very reserved, And of course, there's some people that are gonna point out the interest. How am I gonna put this? They will point out I guess the weirdo aspects of those people, like the things that they did that was kind of strange. But in the moment, you didn't notice that shit. You didn't notice that he was a little off. You didn't notice that when you first met him or her. You didn't notice that shit. So don't cap. Y'all used to bully the nerd in school. A lot of them motherfuckers did. Bullied all the kids in school. Bullied the nerdy kid, right? He was always quiet. He was always crying, very to himself. That ends up being Jeffrey Dahmer. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker getting all the girls in school that was so good with the ladies. You know what I mean? He knew how to bag them. You know what I mean? That was Ted Bundy. It's a fact, bro. It's a fact, bro. Actual fact. It's kind of scary. It's kind of scary. Like, you really don't know until you know somebody. You really don't. But you don't lead with your bad foot. You never do in life. You always put your best foot forward. Ted Bundy and Jeffrey Dahmer not putting out there that Jeffrey Dahmer not putting out there that he eats people, and Ted Bundy's not putting out there that he fucking molests and rapes women. He's not putting that out there. Jeffrey Dahmer's putting out there that he loves animals and he's very caring. You know what I mean? And he loves people. He don't eat people. He's not putting he's out there eating people. And Ted Bundy putting out there that he loves women. Shit, he loves women, man. Put that out there, bro. Come on, man. It's basic, bro. It's basic shit. It's real basic, man. It's a crazy world we live in, though. Very crazy world we live in. But you make the best out of this shit, you know? You do. I'm just saying, it's like, as much as you want to complain about the basic things in life, and we do, we should be grateful for a lot of things in life too. We are, like I said again, we are human. We are human. I learned that about human behavior. I did take a little bit of psychology in school, in college, and everything. I learned a lot about human behavior. And hey man, listen. Again, you don't really know if until you know somebody, bro. You really don't. I really wish that we didn't always judge so. We judge easily. Again, judging is human nature. But we also make judgments on things we don't know anything about. You know, I think you should kind of know what you're talking about before you make any argument. In anything in life, you should always know what the fuck you're about to argue, what you're about to debate. You should always know. Don't make a fool out of yourself, is what I'm trying to say. Don't make a fool out of yourself. I've seen it happen so many times. People making a fool of themselves. It's not even... Come on, don't do that. Don't do that, man. Don't make a fool out of yourself. I think I went on like a whole fucking tangent for like a good hour and a half. And it's all this whole spiel I went on is just really based off the fact about that motherfucking kid, Matan Evan, bro. That shit's crazy. And no cap, a lot of shit that he's advocating for and that he's putting out there, I don't know much shit about it. Like, I don't even know much about what he's talking about in a sense. I'm going to do my research on it, for sure. But it's just funny because the people who come and argue with him about that same topic don't know what they're arguing. Even though he's 15, he seems to know what the fuck he's talking about. For the most part. At least more than them. And they're older than him. They're adults. They're grown-ass fucking adults. And they seem to know a lot more. A lot more. I mean, he seems to learn a lot more than they do. Do I agree with him insulting people the way he does? I mean, he is like a kid, so like, you know, take it how you want to take it. He is fucking like really insulting the shit out of people, which I find, I ain't gonna lie, bro, I just find that shit really funny. I like dark humor, and I really like when people, I like when people insult other people's intelligence. I made this point earlier. If people insult people's intelligence and they have a point on it, it's actually fucking hilarious to me. I don't go against it. It's just funny to me. Not to say that I'm not for it. I'm not against it. It's just comedy to me. I have a very dark humor. Naturally, I do. You can cancel me for that if you want, but you know, I just find that shit hilarious, man. I really do. But he's advocating for something that, and at his age, be as intelligent as he is, that's what's up, man. And you can argue, but you can argue about how intelligent you think he is, or you know, if he's trolling and he doesn't really know what he's talking about, whatever. But he knows a lot for his age. You can't argue that. Most 15-year-olds are playing fucking Fortnite and getting their school lunch packed by mom, talking about Yu-Gi-Oh cards and shit like that. They're not fucking advocating for anything. If they're advocating for anything, they're advocating for a better skin in Fortnite or something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I find that kind of shit dope, bro. Like, shit. Call me what you want to call me, but how you want to slice the cake. No matter how you slice the cake, bro, it's still vanilla. Education is education. So he took the time in his young, impressionable mind to educate himself on things that most adults would never even do. Let's be real. They won't do it. I think everybody's just camping, bro. I'm what the fuck? But and a lot of people too, when they end up finding some, like, I think in life you need to find a mentor. You need to find somebody that you, because it's always cool to educate yourself, but it's also always good to find somebody that knows, that's already a professional, a master at their craft, and you can pick their brain as well. And man, use that to your advantage. It's like you have a free study guide, a free fucking test right in front of you. You know what I mean? It's not a free fucking test, like a free cheat code right in front of you. I think everybody should definitely find a mentor in their life. Everybody should find someone that they admire or look up to or respect enough to take their information to heart. I think everyone should find someone like that. Let's be honest, everyone should. You know, I hope to be that one day for someone, whether that's my own kids or, you know, a friend, a young person I meet in my life, or coworker, whatever. I hope to meet someone that I can have an imprint on and mentor them in anything they want in their life. Whatever they find valuable in me and they could take from me, I hope that I can give it to somebody else. And I think we should all find someone like that in our lives. We should definitely do that. Always. What are we really doing with our lives, really, if you're not furthering, if you don't further your education or your knowledge about anything in life? I think you stay pretty complacent, very stagnant in life, and there's nothing good comes from that. You're gonna be a very average, ordinary person, and that works for some people. I'm not shooting you in the foot because you just like the simple things in life, and that's okay. But I see a lot of people always want. They always want. They want the best things. They want this. They want that. And they don't put in any effort to get it. Nothing. See, people always say, when they see somebody driving a nice car, a fucking nice ass Ferrari or a nice fucking Lamborghini, they're like, he's so lucky. Well, hold on, he's lucky? That motherfucker probably had to bust that motherfucker's ass to get that car. Or go through mass years of school and shit to get that car. You know, actually, you don't even know what they go through in their everyday life, even though they have that car. Let's be honest. A lot of people who are successful in this world have the most stress, have the most gray hairs, deal with the most things. Let's be honest. They do. So, when you speak about, oh, they're lucky, now they put in the work. I don't think that's fair to label them lucky for it. I don't think that's fair, really. Can someone get lucky? Yeah, sure. They can. I'm not gonna act like there's not lucky people in this world. They are very small amount, but I mean, there's luck out there, you know. We just hope it swings in your favor, in your way. But I mean, to label everyone that has something nice or has nice things as lucky is kind of crazy to me. You gotta put in the work for that type of shit, man. You do. That's not really fair to them.
Enemy UAV active.
I want nice things too, bro. I want nice things. Sure, I want a nice car. I want a nice size home. You know, I want to have a lot of money sitting in my bank account. I know what that's gonna require, bro. It's gonna require a lot of. It's gonna require a lot. It's gonna require a lot of effort on my part, a lot of, education, a lot of uh, discipline. It's gonna require a lot. I want to have all the nice things. I want to have a lot of things in my life, and I know what's gonna take to get there.
Hostile UAV in the
If I
AO.
sit down and do nothing with my life, I know exactly where I'm gonna be in my life. I'm gonna have everything I have now. Because everything I have now is very reflect. It's a mere reflection of what I'm doing. What I have now is a reflection of my lifestyle.
Enemy UAV
So
overhead.
me being able to stream and play the newest Call of Duty, have a PS5, and all this stuff, all that stuff is reflective of what I do in my everyday lifestyle. If I was never doing half the things I'm doing now, I'm probably doing something better, right? I'm probably working. I'm probably furthering my career, going to school. And not to say I can't do these things while I do that stuff, but I have less time for it. I'd have, and even if I did want to do the things I'm doing now, like stream or play Call of Duty, have the newest console and all that stuff, right? I don't have the best equipment. I don't have a SCUF. I don't have a PS5 Pro controller. I don't have the best headset. I don't have the best head cam. I don't have the best monitor. I don't. Those things require me to put in the work, more time, more work, more saving. If I had all the money in the world and all the things that life can offer, I would have the best things, right? But I know what I have to do to get there. That's anything in this life, this thing we call life. So,
Getting hit hard.
well, I don't know why would I spawn there? And it's crazy because it seems like he knew I was gonna spawn there
Enemy
too.
UAV active.
That's weird. But whatever.
Hostile
Jesus.
force strike in the area.
That's my little spiel though. My little spiel. My little spiel on
You got this.
that type of shit. God damn! That was a bad game, but I was chatting. I was chatting. Definitely chatting. Um, but honestly though, I think complacency is number one fault of young adults. I got complacent many times. There's times where I thought I had enough, or I had everything, or I don't need anything else. When in reality, I didn't have much. I wasn't doing anything, and I think desire is like needed in life because it makes you go harder, makes you grind, it enforces discipline. So I guess when I kind of realized, one, I realized I wanted more every time I got something. Every time I got something that I owned or I bought with my own money, I kept kind of coming back to the fact that I want more than just that. You know, that's desire, and you know, um, that's kind of what comes with life. And what ends up happening in a lot of cases, a lot of times, is that people become so complacent with things in life. They achieve and get things in life, and they just kind of settle with that, and then they almost find themselves almost empty at in life. You ever repeated something over and over and over and over and over, and it kind of starts to feel mundane and old because it's no longer exciting to you no more. You know, um, that's kind of like I guess I'm trying to lead to. It's like the complacency is going to lead to like a sense of like emptiness, loneliness. Um, There's nothing good about that, like at all. Nothing really good about that. It will lead to a life of a lot of regret. You're not gonna feel accomplished. Again, is there people out there that's cool with that? Yeah, absolutely. I'm not knocking them. As a matter of fact, whatever floats your boat, what makes you happy. If complacency makes you happy, then I hope it lasts. That's what I'm trying to say. Because usually, in most cases, it doesn't last. It doesn't. Um, like dumbing down education and dumbing down the idea of competition is so dumb to me. You know, I think that's kind of crazy that we reduced what it means to win. You know, we all want to win. So when you make the loser feel like they want something, I mean, if anything, you're probably insulting that person more than anything. You're probably creating more insult to that person than anything. But the desire to win is, and it's essential to life. You want to be the best at what you do, not the worst. Even at something as simple as playing a video game, you don't want to be bad at a video game. You want to be good at it. You may not always be the best at it, but you'll be good at it. The best are the ones that go pro and shit like that. They're the best. And if you want to be a pro, then you just keep working hard at it. Same with sports. Same with the workforce. Same with education. You want to be the best at it. You don't want to be the worst at it. And then obviously the desire to become great at something or to become extremely good at something is a drive and a motivation to do so. If you don't have that, then you don't have that. I don't want to be the world's greatest mechanic. I could be a good mechanic. I don't want to be the world's greatest mechanic, but someone out there wants to be one. And he has the drive and dedication and discipline and motivation to do so. You know what I mean? I don't. I'm cool with just knowing the basic things. He don't want to know the basics. He wants to know everything, or she wants to know everything. I don't want to be a pro Call of Duty player. I don't. If I do, if I wanted to, well, you damn for sure believe I'll sit my ass on this chair every fucking day, over hours of the day, learning all the tips, all the tricks, and every exploit and everything I can to become extremely good at this fucking game. And playing against people who are way better than me so I can get the skills to do so. It's all basic shit, man. It's all basic shit. We live in a world now where everything is just too goddamn basic, too fucking easy. But I hope I took a lot from what I just said, bro. I was on for a minute. 1 hour and 26 minutes of this? Oh, not bad. I actually might upload this stream to my YouTube channel. I think I said a lot of real shit in here. I think I'm gonna upload this one. Even though I played like shit, I don't really care. If I played good, I won't be talking. I wouldn't be saying much at all. I'd be probably doing a lot of shit talking though, tell you that much. But I think I'm gonna post this one for sure. Let me actually try to play this game though. Yow.
Hard point.
Gun incoming!
Target area located. Secure the hard point.
Oh shit, I got stuck. Yo, I'm probably gonna play like 2 more games, bro. Your boy got working on it. I pretty much work like every day, bro. So
Now,
no more staying up playing Call of Duty for hours anymore.
We have the lead.
Unless I'm off.